Okay, so it's not very often I start my videos in a pub, but I'm over here in Williams Pub in Can Picafort. So let's take a quick look around Williams Pub, then we're going to head on through Can Picafort. We're going to see what it's like today. But first of all, I have to say a big thank you to Frank, one of my viewers. Look, he's made me some key rings. Look, I've got some Mallorca Under the Sun key rings here. If I see you out and about, you will get one. If I have any left, I'm still going to be sorting out my merchandise store as well, so keep an eye on the channel for that too. But anyway, let's turn the camera around. Let's see what Williams Bar and the rest of Can Picafort is like today. And check this out. This is a nice little bar here. It's got quite a major sports theme. There's a big screen at the end. I am filming this at midweek, so there's not any sport on at the moment. But it is quite an English themed bar over here in Can Picafort. And do you know what? Best thing about it is as well that they've got a pool table, which is brilliant in case you do get a rainy day over here. You can come and play some pool. There's also plenty of seating as well. Look, lots of people sitting outside in the sun. And in fact, before we leave Williams Pub, I'm talking to William himself. William, good afternoon. How are you?
Good.
Tell me, how long has this bar been here in Can Picafort?
We opened in 1991.
Wow! So how many years? That's like 30...
Yes, 34 years.
4 years.
Yeah. When I finish my season, this season it will be my 34th season.
Oh my goodness, that's incredible. And when do you close for the season this year?
Usually between the 27th of October, 31st. One of these days when we run out of the stock.
Okay.
Because a beer with no bar is no good.
Is no
beer, sorry. A bar with no beer is no good.
So you have to close, oh goodness. So tell me, have you had lots of regulars coming out this summer?
Yes.
And you
we
know
love our regulars.
You love your regulars. And Frank as well is one of your regulars.
Frank will be one of our regulars because he's a really nice man. Very nice man.
Fantastic. Brilliant. So you're looking forward to your winter off, having a holiday?
Yes.
And when are you going to open next year?
Usually we open on the 1st of May, always for sure, but we are planning to open maybe earlier next year, sometime in April. Yeah.
Okay, well I'm pretty sure I'll be down here in April, so I'll come and see if you're open.
Yeah. Okay. Lovely to see you, yeah.
Lovely to meet you. Lovely to meet you, William. Okay, see you soon.
Okay, see you soon. Bye.
And of course, if you've been following the Mallorca Under the Sun Facebook group, you'll know that Frank is part of the Monkey Tour 2025, and he was over here in Can Picafort just a few days ago, but unfortunately, because of the rain, I missed him. And that was Williams Pub. Amazing. What a lovely chap as well. Really, really nice guy. Really nice guy. I'm pretty sure the many regulars from here watching the channel at the moment do comment below if you've been into Williams Pub in Can Picafort this summer. Anyway, we're also coming up by the London pub as well. I don't have time to stop in there today. Let's head on down to the Seafront. Now you may notice that I've actually got my jumper on because, well, I'll explain why things get a little bit windier over here in Can Picafort at this time of year. So I've just seen my first piece of street art here on the side of one of the buildings here in Can Picafort. One of the highlights of staying here actually is spotting all of the street art, but just panning the camera around where you can see where I am. We're just one block away from the sea. Got lots of shops in this area. Look, we've got a really good value little bakery here as well, which isn't currently open. Anyway, let's head on down to the waterfront. And my goodness me, it is very, very choppy over here, and it is very, very windy. And look, just turning the camera around, you can see how busy the beach is down here, and it is busy. So the first thing I'm going to say is that, well, I think I'm possibly the only person over here wearing a jumper. Everybody else is in summer clothes, but it's very, very windy over here in Can Picafort. And you may have heard me say this actually, if you are coming to visit Can Picafort out of the main summer season, please bear this in mind, because during the summer months, well, this breeze comes as a very welcome relief to the high temperatures, but it does make this resort feel a little bit cooler out of season. We're talking September, October, we're talking April, May, and maybe the beginning of June too. But anyway, before we head on along the beach, let's take a little walk down to the marina and see what Can Picafort is like today. So the reason I wanted to come over here as well is to just show you the colour of the flags flying over here in Can Picafort today. We do have a yellow flag flying, and that is for you guys hoping to swim in the sea or maybe take a boat out to exercise. A little bit of caution because, well, we can see how choppy the sea is today and how windy it is too. I've said it before in my previous videos too, but be careful if you're taking out any kind of inflatable in the water. I can just see somebody in front of me with an inflatable. These things can whip out very quickly out to sea. So it's a good job that we do have the lifeguards on duty here, even at this time of year, and they will be on the beaches until the 31st of October. So I'm just going to give you a very quick reminder here of the flags. We can see, look, red flags mean swimming is forbidden, yellow flags mean danger. Actually, that's a little bit worse than saying to be careful or caution. And green flags mean that swimming is allowed. So just look out for those. Look out for which colour flags are flying if you're over here on holiday, and just take special care if, like these kids we can see over here, if you decide to head on into the sea. Now we can see the sun is coming out. I am actually carrying around my raincoat with me because I was filming a video over in Seaweed market a little bit earlier, and I did get absolutely drenched, so I was actually wearing my jeans. So always keep a spare pair of shorts in the car just in case it rains. But I'm hoping now that the weather has cleared up today, and well, this kind of stormy weather that we've been having over the past few days was the reason why I couldn't get up here to meet Frank at the weekend. Brought the key rings up for me. I couldn't get a chance to meet him just because of the civil protection alert that we had in place and the rain, but this is what you can expect in October. A little bit of unpredictable weather, but at the same time as well, some lovely sunshine. I mean, look at this. So already over here in Can Picafort, we can start to see the seaweed building up on the beach. And well, if you want to know what it's like here over the winter, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. You may well have seen my video from over here last year actually. I came out over here in the winter and the seaweed over here was absolutely immense, and it won't be cleared off now. It won't be cleared off now because we're too far towards the end of the season, and I'm filming this in mid-October, but we're going to expect to see this getting further banked up. And in fact, I can't see these sunbeds or beach umbrellas being used either because the stormy weather has brought the tide here. Look, it's brought it a lot closer to the umbrellas, and I'm guessing these will soon be taken down. And just check this out here, my goodness. Look at the seaweed collecting on the beach. Look, you can see a few little seabirds down here as well. Don't know if you can make them out picking their way through the seaweed, but the views here are incredible. Over to the statues, I think they call them the mermaids. Over here, right down by the Can Picafort point. And is this something new as well in Can Picafort? I'm pretty sure this lovely park area was not up and running in the summer the last time I was down here. I actually can't remember it, but they've designed it in the style of a ship. I mean, this is fantastic. For anyone coming over here on holiday with families, bear this in mind for next year. This whole area here is used for the night market in the summer as well. Go back and check my videos from the summer when I last filmed down here. So we've got the sun coming and going at the moment. I mean, the light down here is quite incredible. It does feel and it does look very, very autumnal. If you are packing to come over here to Can Picafort in October, well, it's a very different October than we had in 2024. This year, if you're still to come out, make sure you bring plenty of jumpers, bring a raincoat, bring a fleece, bring some jeans or some trousers. Just bring a bit of everything. But if walking is your thing, then coming over here to Can Picafort is going to be the location of the perfect holiday, because you don't just have this area to enjoy, but you can also walk all the way down to Alcudia port from here, right along the coast, right along the beaches. And don't forget too as well, to my right hand side, you can also walk all the way down to Son Baulo as well. And that's a little bit further along the coast. It's the next resort just along from here. I'm not going to get down there today, unfortunately. But go back and check my video from earlier on this year if you want to see what that resort is like. And it is absolutely beautiful. The coastline is stunning. So as I approach the end of the beach, you can get some idea of how bad the storms were a few days ago. Now, I'm guessing that this seaweed hasn't built up overnight. I'm guessing it has been building up from the beginning of October. And well, we're going to see this getting a lot thicker, and also this beach being blocked over the winter too. But let's keep walking down. Let's go and see where is pretty accessible over here in Can Picafort. Let's go and check out the beach a little bit further along. So, as William said in the pub a little bit earlier on in this video, we're going to start to see places closing in the last week of October. The official end to the holiday season over here is the 31st of October, but as stocks start to run out over here, well, you may well see things close down a little bit earlier, and it's probably going to mean that the doors will close earlier on some of the bigger restaurants that we have over here on the island. Especially as most of the hotels are going to be closing either on the 31st of October or very, very early in the beginning of November. So the current temperature this afternoon is 22 degrees Celsius. I do believe actually as we roll into next week, the temperatures are going to be warming up a little bit more. As I also have said in my previous videos, it's not deterring some holiday makers from going on into the sea. And just jumping onto the wall here, my goodness, the views that you get from over here running right along the Playa de Moro beach, all the way down to Alcudia Bay and Alcudia Port. I mean, it is absolutely stunning. It's beautiful, but my goodness, it's windy. And look, as the sun starts to come out, we can just see it lighting up the water once again, making these waters turquoise, the turquoise that we're more used to seeing. Can Picafort on a really cloudy, stormy day doesn't look quite the same as what you may well see earlier on in the year, but anyway, let's keep heading down. And look, as we come along a little bit further on into the resort, look, the beach has been kept clear of seaweed. We can see that the sunbeds and the beach umbrellas are still being used by a few, but now we are entering the area of some of the most popular bars over here. So let's see what they're like in October. And I'm just coming outside of the Jamaica pub. A few people sitting out this afternoon. They've also got the awnings down as well, so if it does get too windy or too rainy, you can go on inside, look, which is really, really nice to see. And for the few hopeful people hoping to spend the day on the beach, we still have the sunbed and beach umbrella rentals here. And it's this area here from the Jamaica Beach Bar running in the direction of Playa de Moro where you are going to find the sunbeds and the beach umbrellas. Not going to have any trouble whatsoever getting one at all. I normally say get to the beach early, but not this week. But as I said, look, you may well find some places have already closed down for the summer, or indeed some places only open in the evening and not open during the day. This looks pretty on the closed side, actually. I'm sure we're going to find plenty more open a little bit further on. Got some nice deals down here too, but are they still open? Is Pirates still open? Remember this place having a fantastic atmosphere in the summer. Holidaymakers were dancing, they had live music too, but no, look, it looks like this is also closed for the season. Maybe that good offer was actually just to get rid of the last of their stock. It's quite sad to see actually over here, some resorts closing up sooner than others. If you want to find out where really is open at this time of year and where it is very, very busy, check out my video filmed in Arenal, because well, that still felt very much like summer. I'll drop a link to that in the description text below. I see Alma open as well. Look, they've also got the awnings down too, just to protect customers from this this wind. But look, plenty of people that are having fun on the beach down here. I can see a huge sandcastle being built too. You can see some kids in a wetsuit too. If you are coming over with small kids, might be worth getting them a wetsuit. Although to be honest, I don't think you really need it at this time of year. The sea's still very warm from the summer. I'll quickly just pan the camera around just as the sun does start to come out again. One thing with all the showers that we've been having, we've been getting really dramatic clouds, incredible clouds actually. It does give the island such a stunning look. I mean, it is really, really beautiful at this time of year. I know many of you are coming over for the blue skies, the sunshine and the heat and not the rain, but I would say you won't be disappointed even on a cloudy day. Not when you see some of the cloud formations in the sky, at least. And look, you can see that there's a little bit of storm damage to Can Picafort beach. Some rocks have been exposed here by the bad weather that we've had over the past few days. This will all have to be repaired ahead of the next season, ahead of summer 2026. And the further we come along the resort as well, the busier it's got. I mean, like the restaurants around here as well look quite busy. Just panning the camera around. I'm outside the Ventimar Cafe. Ah, check this out, look. Just to show you how windy it is, if you can't tell already, that we've got some kite flyers out here today as well. Fantastic. And quite a few people in the sea too. I hope those lifeguards are keeping a really keen eye on those in the water today. Bear in mind as well, lifeguard service does stop at 5 p.m. in October. Ah, look, just coming up to this bar, which I never remember the name of, with the great food displays out. They haven't got all of them out today. Oh yes, they have, look. Normally when I live stream over here on a Sunday, this restaurant here is closed, but somebody remind me of the name in the comments. But look, this is the place where you get to see exactly what you're going to eat before you order it. Love it. And as you know, we've got the main shopping street over here in Can Picafort. If you want to head up to another fantastic pub that has a great reputation over here, keep walking all the way down, turn right and you'll see a Trotters bar. I'll drop a video in the description text below if you want to find out more about that. But let's keep heading on along the beach. And look, that sun is struggling to come out again. Let's give you a few more views of the sea here. Even a little foot spa here, little fish spa for your feet that they're advertising last days too. 20 minutes for €10. This is possibly the worst advert ever for the Nusa Dua Beach Club. Normally it's bathed in sunshine, but look, there's also an Irish pub to my right hand side as well, called La Rubia, or the Blonde one. And I've just met a holidaymaker who is only over here for 4 days, hasn't maybe had the best weather. This time of year, it really is luck of the draw. We're often asked what the weather is like on certain dates and on certain weeks of the year, but you can tell just by this video, and if you compare it to last year's video, just how different the weather can be. So the cardigan hasn't come off in this video, but as I just enter the very beginning of the Playa de Muro beach here, just leaving Can Picafort Resort, I hope this gives you a really good idea of what to expect if you're coming over here, at least in October 2025. Who knows what the weather's going to be like next year in 2026? That's anybody's guess. But in the meantime, I'm going to drop a couple of videos appearing both here and here on YouTube. filmed over the summer so you can get a better idea of what this resort has to offer. I'll be back here to live stream over the winter as well, so subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Okay everyone, thank you very much for watching. You can find me on the Facebook group and on my Instagram, also called Mallorca Under the Sun, and I look forward to seeing you on the next video. Goodbye for now.